Treyarch might be testing the waters of a classic mode in Black Ops 6 Zombies without many of you realizing, and that is all through the brand new Jingle Hells game mode and map that completely reskins Liberty Falls into a Christmas winter wonderland. This is an extensive reskin of the map where no detail was left untouched by Treyarch, and I have to give props to them for the immense detail that they went through in recreating this map for this Jingle Hells mode. This sparks a very interesting conversation when you dive a bit deeper into the fundamentals about what is different gameplay-wise in Jingle Hells to the standard Liberty Falls and the other Black Ops 6 Zombies maps, and that's because some of the fundamental mechanics of Black Ops 6 Zombies are removed in this mode, which strips the Black Ops 6 Zombies experience back a little bit to be somewhat similar to what a classic mode could look and feel like. Now, what am I talking about exactly? Well, we still have gobblegums in this game mode, we still have all the main Easter eggs, you still spawn in with a loadout, but the massive difference here is that there is no arsenal machine, so you cannot upgrade your weapon via salvage to increase its rarity, which also means you cannot purchase ammo mods at the arsenal machine either, because you simply don't earn any salvage in this game mode. Outside of getting salvage from SAM trials, there is nowhere to spend salvage in this map, and that's because there is no crafting table in this game mode either. So some of the huge fundamentals of what some people don't like about modern zombies, being able to create any score streak you want at any time to play as a mangler or to use a chopper gunner in zombies, some of those things that to some people just sound really alien if they're not used to the new modern zombies, you can't do in this game mode, which I think is really fascinating to see how much people actually like it, because I think before the game released, when we heard rumors of a classic zombies mode, everyone was extremely excited and very up for that idea. But now we have a sort of stripped down version of a classic mode implemented within the normal modes of Black Ops 6 Zombies. It kind of shows that the fundamental systems designed for Black Ops 6 Zombies work really well, and when you take them away, then Black Ops 6 Zombies kind of doesn't work as well. And I'll get on to why, because another fundamental change to this game mode, which again is something which people did not like up to the launch of Black Ops 6 Zombies, is of course the armor plating. The fact that you have to buy armor vests off the wall and then you have to pick up armor from zombies and manually armor plate like you're playing Warzone. Well, this mode flips that on its head as well, because zombies do not drop any armor, so you can never ever plate up, which actually makes this game mode a much harder version of normal Black Ops 6 Zombies. As you can tell from the footage, I streamed this all earlier and I managed to complete the Easter egg, and I wanted to not use any gobblegums, and fundamentally the game was a lot harder. I had to use Frenzied Guard Field Upgrade as my only option to get armor, because otherwise I was just never going to get armor, and you are a much weaker target than you normally would be if you had any amount of armor plates on you, which prior to launch no one liked the idea of armor plating, but now we actually have it in Zombies and it's designed around the main fundamental systems of Black Ops 6. It shows that the game is actually pretty difficult without it, but the big question is if it's a good difficult or a bad difficult that it's now missing, and it really shows how different this game would be if we did get a classic mode implemented within the game the way it's designed at the moment. So like I said, there is no salvage at all, so you can't spend it. That currency is pretty much gone, it's useless, and it is very clear as you get further into this game mode that you are struggling for power. And again, that can be a very interesting take for people, where some are going to really like that concept, but others are just going to be a bit frustrated salvage doesn't exist, which really slows down that power creep and that progression that we've all gotten used to in Black Ops 6. We've also added another really interesting new mechanic, which is completely different to the normal version of Liberty Falls, and that's that when it's a vermin round, the weather dynamically changes to a fog with an actual blizzard blowing through the map, where the more you stay outside, slower your movement will be, and it is very drastically noticeable, especially in the later rounds where you have a ton of vermin, and the only way that you can battle this is to go inside, which I think is a really cool concept, and might not be the last time we see Treyarch have fun with this sort of concept or idea where you can't be outside, and I think it's a really cool idea. The only problem is this only happens on vermin rounds. It doesn't happen on normal zombies rounds, and I think this would be a really interesting thing, even if it was just an experimental type playlist or something, where some certain zombies rounds would have some sort of danger element like this tied to it, where you had to play differently. You had to go inside, you had to hold up somewhere because it's too dangerous dangerous to go outside. So if there's no salvage, so you can't upgrade your weapon rarity, get ammo mods, craft anything, how do you get upgrades? How do you do anything? And the main premise of this game mode is that there are snowmen around the map. If you shoot or melee, will either give you a zombie or give you some items, and the higher the round you are, the better rarity those are. So you're actually using a ton more random weapons, which is again a little bit similar to a classic mode where you would hit the mystery box and get a bunch of weapons that way instead of using your loadout weapon, because in this you simply can't rely on it because you cannot upgrade it. There are no ether tool drops at any point during this game mode. You simply can't get them. Furthermore, they've also added new drops, which is called naughty or nice, where it's essentially just randomized if you're going to get a good item, where if it's nice, you're going to get 3 sets of presents, which will have some random loot in. And if you get a naughty, then that means it's going to spawn in a ton of the new vermin within the normal round, which is a really cool dynamic. And then eventually, once you get your hands on the snowballs, which replace your grenades, which you can freeze zombies and then take them out, they're more likely to drop presents. And as you get further and further into the game, you're more likely than not going to be getting much better loot. And throughout all of this, you can also do the main Easter egg, which is what I managed to accomplish. And yeah, doing that final boss fight with no armor plates at all was, you know, pretty challenging, which is where Frenzy Guard comes in. But again, that shows that you still have to use something to give yourself armor in the game. If they just completely got rid of it in a classic mode, the game would be a lot harder fundamentally. But I would love to know in the comment section down below, what are your thoughts on Jingle Hells if you've managed to play it? If not, what your thoughts are from what I've described about it in this video, because yeah, it is a lot harder than normal Black Ops 6 Zombies, and some people would love the sound of a harder version of Black Ops 6 Zombies. But again, when it takes away so many fundamentals of what makes up Black Ops 6 Zombies, you kind of realize that some parts of the game just don't work without some of those things, like getting armor drops that just don't happen. So in this game mode, if you want to replenish armor, you're gonna have to buy armor off the wall, and that is like a 5 to 10 grand purchase every single time, which is obviously very point consuming. I think in general though, Treyarch did a really good job with the reskin of this map. Like, the Christmas version of Liberty Falls might look better than the normal version. There's just a little bit more character to it. Clearly, so much thought and effort went into just revising every single aspect of the map. Even the lake outside the map is completely frozen over. When you exfil, you can see all that detail as well. And it is a real shame that in like, what, a few weeks time, this will disappear forever and we'll never be able to play this again. But it really is a sneak peek at what a classic mode could look like inside of Black Ops 6 Zombies. And maybe this is Treyarch testing the waters here to see what people like and don't like, and what they can change and alter to appease that crowd of zombie fans that are really wanting that classic Zombies style of gameplay back. But let me know what you think down below in the comment section. I'll be really interested to see your thoughts. I'm going to be reading every single comment, so let me know. If you want to watch me play Jingle Hells completely uninterrupted live for the first time and complete the Easter egg, you can check out my live stream VOD, which will be on your screen now or linked down below.